Здравствуйте. В нашей студии сегодня Ходор, ливанский бизнесмен, который долгое время работал в Казахстане. Ходор, здравствуйте.
Здравствуйте.
Скажите, пожалуйста, как вы впервые попали в Казахстан? Какая у вас история отношений с Казахстаном?
You know, I was working in Arab Bank, and I have a businessman in Kazakhstan. His name is Isam Hourani. And, you know, he invited me to come to Kazakhstan. He said that it's a good business there now, and it's a very nice country, and you can find a good business there. And the first time I went there, it was 2003. And we started business with Isam. We work with Isam in different companies. First of one of these companies, it was catering company in Aksai. And after we come back to Almaty and we open a showroom for cars, used cars. It's called Автороза.
Как развивался ваш бизнес в Алмате вот с 2003 года? Был ли он успешным?
You know, I think yes, but you know, I have a little problem because of my family. I was far away from my family and my children. I think it was, for me, it's so hard to stay away from them. So I prefer, you know, in this case, you don't think about money. You must come back to your family. That's why.
Почему тема Казахстана тогда вот возникла еще раз вот в вашей истории?
You know, it was before 8 months. I was having, it's not like friend, I just meet him one time. It's Arabics. It's ex-Arabics, but he have a Kazakh passport. He's Kazakh. His name's Samir Dara. He met me in Syria. Now I live in Syria. I work there. He met me in Syria and he asked me to come to. We need to help Kazakh government about too many problems they face it. So I asked him, what can I do for the government? And he, you know, he especially asked me. It's mean that if I help this government, it mean I help the president directly, because this case it's for the president especially. I told him if anything, everything normal, and I can do something, why not? I will do. You know, after, you know, not so long, he called me and he bring car. He said that there is some people very important from Kazakhstan. They wait us in Lebanon. We went from Syria. It was at night. We go from Syria about 8:30. And we come to Beirut, it was 11 exactly. We meet one man, his name Даулбаев, General Даулбаев.
Kazakh general.
Kazakh, yeah. He was with Prime Minister Mr. Karim. In the same time when it was the visit of Mr. Karim to Lebanon. We spent about 3 hours with this Mr. Даулбаев in Lebanon, and he started to ask me too many questions about Mr. Isam Hourani, about Mr. Rahat Aliev, about Mr. Divenshi or Hourani. And, you know, I answer normally. You know, for example, he asked me, do you know where they have account numbers here in Lebanon? I told him, yes, I know. He asked me about their addresses and where their home and all these details. I said also I know. And he wants to know also their telephone number and all, you know, everything about these people, you know.
Это легально в Ливане собирать такую информацию таким способом?
You know, I didn't know in this time that I'm going to sit with someone. I think, you know, Samir, he asked me that we must go to Beirut. He was having a problem in Kazakhstan, and he want to solve it with this man, you know. And, you know, suddenly he start to ask me too many questions. Like he know that I'm coming and who I am and with who I was working and all these details. That's why I think it's not legal, you know. But, you know, in this time I thought that I can answer him any normal question. I don't have to lie, and I don't have to hide anything, because any person you can ask in Lebanon, and he know Isam Hourani, he can answer the same question, you know. So he asked me to come to Kazakhstan. I said, it's my pleasure to come anytime to Kazakhstan. And he asked me that, please, if you can help us about all these details, Kazakhstan, it's open for you. I asked him what it means, it's open for me. He said that, of course, the president will thank you, and maybe you can get a Kazakh passport. I told him, it's my pleasure to get a Kazakh passport because I like these people. And also he asked me when this case will finish, because they are bad people and we need to close all these cases and everything. You can come and you can choose any kind of business of Kazakhstan, and the government will pay all this for your business. And we closed all this. It was about 3 hours, and I came back to Syria.
Когда это было, получается?
Before 8 months, 9 months, like this, when it was the visit of Mr. Karim to Lebanon. It's one time that he come. I think he was in Jerusalem before, and come to Jordan, and after to Lebanon. I think after 3 months, Samir, he called me from Kazakhstan. And he asked me, when you can come to Kazakhstan? I told him, anytime. He said, okay, we'll prepare for you a ticket. And, of course, we can call the consul in Syria to put for you visa. I told him, okay. Next day, he called me back and he asked me, okay, the ticket is ready. I told him, okay. He sent me message, the telephone number of consul, his name Askar. He asked me to go there and put visa.
Consul Syria?
Yeah, of Kazakhstan. I called Askar and I told him that Samir called me and he wants me to go to Kazakhstan. When I can come with passport, and which document you need to put for me visa. He said, no, I can't put for you visa. You must have, invitation from there. I called back Samir. I told him, this Askar, he will not put for me visa. He need invitation. After 5 minutes, Askar, he called me. Please, Mr. Yatim, come to put for you visa. I asked him, what's happening? Like this, really?
Magic.
Really, it's like a magic. Before 5 minutes, he wants to close the telephone. He don't want to speak with me. He just tell me, no, I can't put for you visa. You need, invitation. I told him, okay. After 5 minutes, he called me. I didn't call him, Please, Mr. Yatim, I wait you in the office. Can't put this visa. And this day, it was Friday. In Syria, Friday, they don't work. It's off day, I went there, and directly he put for me visa for 3 months, And after 2 days, I traveling to Kazakhstan alone. I went to Almaty. I spent about 4 hours in Almaty, and after I traveling to Astana. In Astana, it was one car wait me there with Samir. and we go just directly to the hotel. It's called King Hotel in Astana. I put my things, and directly we go to this building. It's a very huge building. It's for government, near the president castle. And we went to this office. It was the same man, Mr. Daulbaев, you know. And we sit, and he also called about two people. One of them, it's named Kanat. He's, you know, I think he's assistant. And we start from the beginning. And first question, you know, he asked me, are you scared that you come to Kazakhstan? I said, from what I was scared. He said that you was working with Isam. I told him, I know I work with Isam, and I work here in Kazakhstan. If I know that we made something wrong, of course I will scare and I will not come. And he started to laugh, and he said, I'm joke, like this. You know, he wants to see that if I'm afraid or, you know, or I'm normal. And we start, you know, he have too many documents with his hand, too many questions. First question, you know, he started to ask me, he was working in Arab Bank. And before of this, he introduced Samir, that he's also his assistant, Samir Dira. And he told me that Mr. Samir, he's working with me here, that we help us here to close all this case and to move these people and to take all our rights and everything like this. All.
То есть, получается, Самир решил все свои вопросы с казахстанским правительством?
Yeah, I know from him, you know, in the same days that I come in Kazakhstan, he gave him letter from his office that he solved all, they don't want from him anything. I think that he, you know, Samir, he has problems with them about money, he stole money or something like this, you know. Directly, when I was in the same meeting, in the end of this meeting, you know, I sit outside and I wait Samir about 5 minutes. He took one letter from him that he solved all this problem there, you know.
Yeah.
So in this meeting, you know, he started to ask about the accounting bank. He started to ask about telephones again, about addresses.
А кто задавал вопросы в основном?
Mr. Даулбаев. And Samir translate. Mr. Даулбаев, he speak Russian. But Samir, you know, he's Arabic and also Kazakh. He speak Russian and Arabic. He translate for me all the question. He's, you know, they want all details about Mr. Aliev, Mr. Rakhat, about Isam Khurani, about Devanshi Khurani, you know. They want all these details about all their life. What also about all their business. I ask them, they are here in Kazakhstan, we work here. I don't think that we was working, you know, under the table. Everybody in Kazakhstan, they know what we work and where we work and what we will do, you know. He said, no, they took money to Lebanon, something like this. I told him I was working in Arab Bank and all the transfers was legal. And all, you know, one time, you know, we asked him to get a letter that all this money is legal in Kazakhstan. Your government, they send us this letter and everything solved, everything okay. So what's wrong? He said that, you know, Isam Khurani, he killed too many people and he stole too many people and he threw out from here too many people. I told him, if I saw him he kill, it's mean I kill. If I saw him he stole, it's mean I stole also. It's mean we make guilty here in Kazakhstan. You must arrest me and put me in prison. He said, no, not you. I said, why not me? Anyone work as Islam? Anyone? Why not me? I was too much closer with Islam. If he made some mistakes, it's mean I made it too. Because he will not make it by himself. He will push me to make it. And it's not true, you know. He said, let's go to another. I said, okay. He said that he wants all his transfer from Arab banks. That it's come, which it's come, and which it's go. And from the other's bank. I told him, look, which I can give you, I will tell you, I can give you, you know. Which I can't, I will not lie to you to tell you that I will give you, and I can't do it. Mm-hmm. He said, it's okay. And he started to ask first about Mr. Rakhat. He said sometime he's in Greece, or he's in Austria, or he's... told him, really, I don't know. But you know, and everybody know. He's close from you and from everybody. He said, that's okay. And he gave me some question. It's copied by, it's like letter in Russian. Samir, he translated for me that they want the account bank, they want all the addresses of Isam and Rakhat in Lebanon and outside Lebanon, the telephone's number and the build of these numbers, you know, and all these details. And I asked him for what I will make all this for you. He said, we will give you too much money. I said for him, first, if we want to make this, we need money, because anyone who will give you this documents, he wants to take money, not for me, for them. Second, what I will get? He said that first you can get about 500,000 euro.
Half a million.
Yeah. Wow. And thanks from the president, and all this, and Kazakhstan, it's open for you that you can come here, and I promise you, any kind of business you want here, we can pay all, and it's for you. I said, oh God, thank you. I'm rich now, you know. And we finished first day in this meeting, and we go out, and I told you, after this Samir, he come with this letter that he finished his problem there.
Сколько была эта встреча первая по времени? Час, два?
It's about 2 hours or more than, but less than 3 hours.
В этом же здании, рядом с президентским дворцом, да?
Yeah. In his office. In his private office. Mm-hmm. And when we go out, you know, he go out with us, he told me that tomorrow we will have meeting. They will send me, you know, some people from the other department who they pay money, you know. Mm-hmm. They will sit with you and they will give you some question, and after we will decide. I said, okay. I went to this hotel, and next day at 1 o'clock, we come back to his office, you know, and we took us, you know, to another office, but there is 2 men, new, and this Kanat, his assistant, he was with us. And these people, they start to, you know, explain for me what they need exactly. You know, For example, they asked me that they need the copy of the transfer that sometime made it from Lebanon or to Lebanon. It's mean all the copy that you can see, the account number, to whom, and in which date, and which to exactly to which bank, and all this from 2000 until now.
Wow.
Yeah. I said for them like this, in this time, I like to know these people what they want more, because every day they ask me more and more and more, And all this, it's illegal to do it. All this, it's illegal to do it. I asked him, okay, but how much you will pay for this? Maybe I will ask my people in Lebanon if they make it for you, and I will promise him to give him money. How much? For example, they said that we will give him $30,000 for bank document. I said, okay, well, I will ask. And anything that, We finished this meeting, all about banks, about account bank, about number, about names, about, also they give me, like paper that they have, all the companies of Islam, and they want me to check if they have account in Lebanon, something like this. I told him it's okay. It was about 1 hour and a half. We finished this meeting and we go up to Mr. Daulbaев again. In the same day I was traveling, because he said that they need me just for 2 days. We go up and we see him, and he speaks in Russian with Samir, After I asked Samir what he say for you, he said, he asked him, are you trust him that we can work with him, everything clear, without, Isam Hourani, or someone else, because he was working with Isam Hourani. He said, don't worry, he's Arabics, and all Arab people that they want money, they just need money, But he didn't tell me something like this. My wife, she's Russian, and I can understand Russian, but, chut-chut, not all, Samir told me that, he just asked me that if I trust you or I work, and I told him this man, he need help, he need to build his life again because his business is broken, something like this. I told him it's okay. And we left in this time. I left to Moscow, from Astana to Moscow, to visit my family. After 2-3 days, I don't know, it's new numbers. I get a new number, I buy new number from the airport. Even my wife, she don't know this number, really. And my telephone is from Askar, from Lebanon, from Syria. He asked me, Khudur, where are you? Askar, he speaks Arabic very well. I told him, I'm in Moscow. He asked me, please, when you come to Syria, I really need to meet you urgently. I said, okay. This is your number? He said, yes. Okay. I told him, okay, I will save your number. When I will get to Syria, I will call you. After 10 days, I come to Syria, and actually I call him. He invite me to one cafe. We go. And he wants to be my friends and all. I told him, Mr. Askar, sorry, we just met. Before I go to Kazakhstan, you didn't want to put for me visa, and you want now to be my friends. What's going on? He said, no, I know that you will help our government for this case, that, you know, Mr. Rahat and Isam Hourani and Devinci, they are bad people, and you will help us about this. You know, I'm really shocked about it. You are counsel. You are not working with KGB. You are counsel. I told him, it's okay. I told Mr. Daulbaев, what can I do for these people? And it will be good for everybody. I will do it. And from this time, you know, he's still calling me, you know, every day. If it's not every day, every 2 days. Invite me to dinner, to, you know, to Argil Kalyan, to Chai, to, you know, and even he didn't let me to pay. He told me that this is from the government. The government, they pay, you know. And all this time he wants to, you know, push me to bring for them some documents. For example, Mr. Khodr, when you will go to Lebanon and bring the bank document for us, for example. Last time he asked me, you know, please, Khodr, we need this bill. He gave me one telephone number. It's belong for Mr. Isam in Lebanon. Please, Mr. Khodr, we need this bill. It's so big. I told him no. You know, and this time I just want to check him. I told him, okay, I will ask friend. You know, actually I called my brother. I called him to say hello next to him. And I closed this telephone. I told him it can be, but it will cost you $5,000. He said, okay, I will ask my boss there. Next day he called me. He said, okay, we can do it.
И они вам дали $5,000?
Just before he gave me this 5,000. He said, okay, we will do it. I told him, okay, you must give me money to go there. He said, okay, I will give you half of this money, 2,500. And when you will get me, I will give you this 2,500. I called, okay. Only give me $2,500. And he just tell me, please, can you make for me paper that you took from me? I told him, okay. I read in this paper, I buy, you know, TV for Mr. Askar. It costs $2,500, and I get it from him. And I give him this, like, invoice. You know? He just want to show this people, his, you know, I think Daulbayev or someone else, that he pay. He really pay. You know, I went to Lebanon, you know, spend a few days. And I come back, I bring, you know, bill for my phone. I give him. And he give me the rest of 2,500.
Good business. One sheet of paper and $5,000.
Really? This paper is nothing. I find it in, you know, in my home like this, you know. It's old bill, you know. And I bring it to him. I think when I give this, you know, bill for him, that he will shout and he like, okay, can you bring more? I told him anytime you want.
Same price.
Really. And, you know, I give him this shit and he give me this money. And we keep, you know, in touch between us. Until they call me, you know, all this time, Samiri called me from Kazakhstan to check if I make something or I did something. They called me from Kazakhstan. Samiri called me from Kazakhstan. He asked me in there's some people, they come to Kazakhstan to meet me on Lebanon from Daulbayev office. I told them, okay, but what they need? And they need to sit with you and to speak with you and to give you something you can help for this. I told them, okay. In 20, I went to Lebanon. They called me from Lebanese, telephone. It was Mr. Kanat, the assistant of Mr. Daulbayev. He asked me that at 7 o'clock he wants to meet me in Bristol Hotel. It was in Beirut, this hotel. I went.
Когда это было?
In 22 of December, before New Year. I went there, It was Mr. Kanat alone, but I found outside, the car of ambassador, We sit in lobby, and he start to, the same question. I told him, Mr. Kanat, I went there. I met Mr. Daulbayev in Beirut before, and I went to you to Kazakhstan. And just you come here, you ask me the same question. Tell me exactly what you want. And for what I will make it for you. What I will have. He said, this case, it's a special case for the president. It's a private. I told him, I know. This I know, Mr. Rakhat is husband of the daughter of the president, and this problem between the family. So what's my problem? And what is this problem that between the family that they want to know about the account, about the banks, about the addresses, about the telephones, about I don't know what else. He said, just we need about this, and now I bring for you paper. Just sign it to me, and you will get 500,000 euro. I told him, wow.
$500,000.
$500,000, yeah.
Я спрашиваю еще раз, потому что трудно поверить.
Да. Я спрашиваю, давай, дай мне. He gave me this paper, this letter, it was in Russian, I can't, read Russian. Maybe I understand some Russian, but I can't, read Russian. I told him, please, can I get this letter? I need to translate it before I sign it. I need to know what I sign. He said, it's okay, just something, about Isam and about that he stole from you money, and like this you can get money. I told him, okay, give me this paper, and I will translate it. And tomorrow I can give you this letter back with my signature. He said, okay. I left out, really, I lost, what I will do. What's this, Directly, I called one friend. He was with me in Arab Bank. He was my manager in Arab Bank. We spent together. He's like my brother. His name is Khalil. And he worked with Isam also. I called him, I told him that I want to meet you. I went there and I show you everything, and I show him everything, and I told him about everything. He said, why you didn't speak with Isam? I told him, actually, I really don't have his number. Because when I went from Lebanon, and Isam, went also to London, really, I didn't call him, or he called me, and I changed my telephones and my SIM cards too many times. That's why. I told him, okay, call to Isam. And he called him, And, Isam, he know about this letter. They send it to him, by email. Mr. Samir, he sent it to him.
Really?
Yeah. And Isam, he tried to tell me about, this is shame that you speak something not true about me. I told him, really, I didn't say anything. And I didn't make anything at the same time. And what you said, it's not true. What you see, it's not me who made it. Mm-hmm. I just come, these people, they want me to sign this paper, and this paper is in my hand, with no signing, with no signature, And the same day it was, Da Vinci in Lebanon. We met in Da Vinci, and I show him also everything.
Da Vinci – это брат Исама,
Yeah, it's a brother of Isam. I show him everything, and I told him all the story, And he translated this letter for me. I'm really shocked. What's this? And also there's one thing, they just use, this Samir Dara to bring all the Arabs people who was working in Kazakhstan. For example, me and Mr. Badawi, or one man from his family name, Hassuna. All these people, they just want to push him to sign papers like this, that Isam Hourani and Mr. Rakhat or Da Vinci, they are bad people, and they was trolling people, and they was making something bad for people, all this,
А вы знаете, кто-то еще подписал такое письмо, или никто не подписал такие письма?
I know some people, they go there, and like me, the Kazakh, they think the people, they are like sheep. They need money. They can sign any paper just to take money. But also, they must understand. And also they are strange, because this is, I think, too many people, they are Muslim there. They can believe that, even Muslim or Christian, they can believe all this lie. It's not good even for our religion. Yeah. In our meeting with Mr. Daulbayev and Mr. Askar, they speak about the president, Mr. Nazarbayev, like he's like, I don't know, like, I feel that I sit in Iraq, when it was Saddam Hussein. Really. They scare. From what I don't know. And even one thing, I spent, about 3-4 years in Kazakhstan. Now when I went there, I saw this huge photos for the president, and they write, it's forever. What's this? I really shocked, So let's go back to our conversation. So in this time, I really went to one place, and I write, because this is not illegal in Lebanon. And of course, they will charge me if I will not say what will happen with me. I make paper that all this story, how it's begin until now, what's happened with me, and I really send it to Mr. Isam Hourani, And I went back to Syria in this time. After, about 1 week, no, before 1 week, before New Year, Mr. Samir Dara, he called me, He said that when you will sign this letter, I told him it's already with me, sign it. Just send me this address, I will send it to you by DHL. And I start to ask him, Samir, you are close from this Mr. Daulbaев. What they want? I told him, you are Arabic, Samir. He said, yeah. I told him, I trust you. He said, of course you must trust me. I told him, Samir, this letter, it's not true for what they needed. He said, it's okay, and so just sign this letter. I told him, okay, what I will get? He said, Mr. Karat, he didn't tell you? I told him, he told me about $500,000, but I didn't believe him. He said, no, you must believe him. I told him, okay. But actually, I didn't sign this paper. And I told him that in this time I was going to Moscow to spend New Year with my family there. And also in Moscow, he called me, actually every day he asked me about this letter. And before I come back from Moscow, he called me, he's very nervous. He started to ask me about this letter, which I made it in Lebanon, about stories. I told him, what's this letter? I don't know what's this letter. I just want to know what he wants. He said, this letter, they write letter that what's happened with you and when you come to Kazakhstan and with who you meet and all these details. I told him, so why you are sure that I made it? He said, because all the small details that exist in this letter. I told him, anyway, I was me and you, Mr. Daulbayev, Mr. Kanat, and one other man, I don't know his name. Maybe one of these people, they work with, maybe was Isam Hourani, and they write this letter. He said, we will check, and something like this. I come back to Lebanon, and after I decide, after 2-3 days like this, I decide to come, and I need to meet to Isam, told him about all the story face to face, In the airport in Damas, it was about 8 o'clock in the morning. Samir called me. He said, Khudur, are you sure you are not signed this letter? It's not from you? I told him, I'm sure, but you speak about this letter from 1 week. But I don't know what you're speaking about. Can you send me, please, this letter by my email to see what you're talking about? He said, okay. After, he called me back about 20 minutes. He called me in this time 3 times. He said, were you traveling to London? I said, yeah. To whom? To Isam? I said, no, I have friend, he know him. I have friend there and he have good business here. I'm going to work with him, in Syria, it will be bad work and I must have nice work, something like this. He said, okay. And he closed. After 10 minutes, he called. He said, Khudur, if you go to London, can you find some bad people there? I told him, maybe. Why? What you want? He said that, you know the address of Isam? I told him, for sure. And he said, where's Rakhat? I told him, maybe. He said, let's do like this. I told him, what you want? Let's bring some people and they can hurt him and they stole from him something. And I told him, Samir, but this is what will cost you too much money. He said to me, don't worry about money. I said for him, it will cost like this, $500,000, for example. He said, 2 million, half for you and half for them. Just do it. If you can do it, just do it. I told him, I will see. I will check. And I come to, to London. He asked me when I will be in London, just to call him, to give him my number. I come to London, and directly I come to meet Isam, and I told him about all the story. In the same time, I called him. I called this man. He said, I asked him, did you send it by email? Did you send these letters by email? He said, yes. It was here about 7 or 8 o'clock. It's mean about 2 o'clock in Kazakhstan. Still wake up. He said, yes. I told him, okay, tomorrow morning, I'm tired now. Tomorrow morning I will check and I will give you food. He said, no. Nobody sleep in Astana. Mr. Daulbayev, he need answer just now. I told him, why you are nervous like this? It's just a letter. Why you are nervous? He said, because, if this letter you made it, too many heads it will cut there. First head, it's my head. It's his head, Samir's head. I told him, don't worry, everything will be okay. After, I called them and I told them, no, it's not me who made this letter. He sent it to me by email 2 times, When I, answered that I didn't make this letter, he started like he make party, I feel him that he want to, kiss me in this time. And he told me, okay, I will call him to Astana and I will call you back. He called him to Astana and he sent me a message by my telephone. Tomorrow they will decide what they want from me, Next day also, I called him, I didn't call him, I didn't spend for him money, I just, make for him missed calls. He called me back. I asked him, what, everything okay now? He said, yes, now everybody relax and everybody, feel good. And they want you to make pay letter that this, which they have, it's faked. I told him, look, send me to my email what you want exactly, and I will sign it to you. He asked me, you can go to Kazakh embassy? I told him, I can go anywhere, but what I will do there? He said, to sign this letter there. I said, to sign the letter, it must be in notary, not in Kazakh embassy. He said, okay. After, I will not, after he called me and he told me that Mr. Daulbayev, he wants to meet me in 24 or 25 in Dubai.
And это январь, да?
Yeah. I told him and what he wants. He said that he wants to bring with me documents for bank and all the documents that I can bring it with me. I told him, okay, and how much he will pay? He said he will pay 30,000 or something like this. I said, it's okay, just send me to my email. And this time I just want him to send me to my email to see what they want exactly, Next day he called, every day he called about 2-3 times, and he sent messages and, Samir. At the end, I become fool from this. He called me, it was in the morning. I told him, Samir, please, you wasting my time, and you wasting what you want exactly. What Daulbayev wants. You want documents of banks, you want addresses, you want telephones, you want what you want. Sometimes you want to kill Isam or hurt Isam or hurt Rakhat or hurt Devenshi. What you want exactly? What you want? He said, just sign this letter And before you give it in Dubai to Mr. Daulbayev, he will give you money, $500,000. This letter, which they send it to Lebanon. I told him, look, you wasted my time. Please decide what you want and leave me alone. You know, and I close. And after 10 minutes, you know, Mr. Isami told me, call him. He speak by the telephone. He took the telephone and he told me, shame on you. It's shame what you made, because all what you make, it's faked. It's not true. You know, they just want to build something bad about these people. Now I can go and give him this letter. I can get $500,000, and I'm sure that Mr. Nazarbayev, he will thank me and they will give me Kazakh passport. But this is shame. We are not living for money. We can make money without, you know, destroy people for nothing. Yeah?
Если вы могли бы что-то сказать вот Даулбаеву, что бы вы ему сказали бы с экрана?
You know, Mr. Daulbayev, I feel from the first time that, you know, I met him, he made all this. He wants to move to another place, more high, and he wants to be closer than the president. You know, this case, it's private for the president. Mm-hmm. And all these people, you know, around the president, they try to make something to make the president happy. And when, you know, when they make it happy, and they will become more closer. And I know this Mr. Daulbayev, he have a case in Paris, in Crowd Bank, and about money and about how they you know, throw some people, business people from Kazakhstan like this. How you want that the businessman come to Kazakhstan if they see if you have some people like this? How you can feel, you know, safe that you come to make business in Kazakhstan, in one day you don't have nothing. They took everything. How? I know very well the Kazakh people, they are nice. I go all around the world. Really, if I show you my passport, maybe you will shock. Really, these people, I like him too much. They are honest. But of course, not all, you know. But really, in general, they are all, you know, honest people, nice people. You can, even you are from abroad, you can live with them, you know. And you can't feel that you are, you know, strange. You feel that you are Kazakh.
In family.
Yeah, in family. And also I'm look like some Kazakh, yeah. And some people, you know, I like it when the Kazakh people, they think that I'm Kazakh and they start to speak with me Kazakh language, you know. So this is all this case. I don't know.
Ходор, спасибо большое за очень интересную и содержательную беседу. Надеюсь, что в будущем все-таки ваше мнение о казахстанском правительстве поменяется, когда оно поменяется само.
I'm glad to meet you, and really I'm glad that I know this country, and I hope that I'm sure that I will come back to this country and to visit this country from time to time. I'm not scaring. I'm just do everything right. That this is right.
Спасибо, Ходор.
You are welcome.
Thank you.